Hello my friends, and how are you doing? AI film generation right now is the biggest thing, and that's why I want to share with you everything I have learned, because your boy is not just good looking, he's also cooking. And as you can see, the video I have shown you in the intro actually already has 72,000 views over on X. How crazy is that? But let me get started here. So first, a little bit of news here. ChatGPT has Image 2 in testing inside of the ChatGPT chat. And actually, Triple Head Monkey has shared with me some of his test images. So you can see here, it looks amazing. It has a lot of detail in every detail. Basically, you can make complete creations here for apps concepts. All of the text in here is actually readable. This is an amount of text we've never seen before, amount of precision. Of course, it also can generate images, even though I have to say this looks a little bit artificial for my taste, but it's pretty cool that it can do that. You can make complete news pages, newspaper pages, where every article is actually readable in here. And you can do complex prompts, like for example this image here with 4 different daytimes, and on the right side even a sci-fi city, and you can use formats like 21:9. Pretty amazing stuff, but well, it's bigger, it's better. I actually want to show you the cool projects I have created for you. So the video I've seen at the start is actually prompt only. It's only based on text. And as you can see here, I have mostly used ChatGPT to create that text, but there's also a learning curve I want to share with you. So on the board, when you go a little bit lower, you have here an alt version. You can play here to watch it. And there's another alt version down here. It shows you different problems I have encountered during the production, especially with this version here. The problem was that I wanted her to run up a pencil, but the AI didn't really understand how to place the pencil or how the start or the end of a pencil look different from each other. So that was actually pretty hard to do, and I abandoned the idea. This is why I actually went in my prompting to change that. So we have a slow-mo scene where we have a little bit of a water fight, where the bee is going through these water balloons and the water flying, and then the cheerleaders, and then she jumps into the arms of a boy. And this is something the AI model understands way better, and because of that you get a way better result. The reason for that is it can save you a lot of money by not having to try again and again and again. Just adapt your prompt to something that is better to create. But of course we want to look at something that is more involved, so check out this clip. And here's how I've created that. First, I started out with Midjourney, because Midjourney is one of the best tools for creative artistic output. Now, the prompt you see right here on the screen is actually a prompt I have generated after the fact. The reason for that is originally only asked for a monster that is in a swamp, so I get a lot of variety and can choose the monster I like best. The reason why I created that prompt for you is so you have something that will generate something that looks as close as possible to what I have generated here, but you can also use my assets if you want to for your own generation. Here we have the Demon Hunter, and this again is a prompt I have generated for you after the fact, but my original prompt was also detailed, but it was more experimental, so this will lead you very close to the result. As always, we need to convert that into a character sheet with the front view, the side view, the back view. You can see I use Nano Banana Pro for that because it is very exact with these results, and this is the prompt. It did a beautiful result. I have it on a white background so that there is an easy separation and none of the details get kind of like fading into the background with other colors, things like that. I've done the same for the Demon Hunter. Here I used a little bit of a different prompt where you have these 6 squares with samples on the side that give you close-ups of the different materials used. You can use that if you want to, but you don't have to. By the way, one thing I need to point out here for this is the original character doesn't have legs in the image, but that is important for the full design. So I'm actually describing here that she's tall and powerful, has white boots with metal shin guards. After this, we're already going over to the text prompt for Seedance 2. Now here you can see I'm starting with the style, describing want to have high-end cinema, ultra detailed 35mm film look, shadow depth of field and so on, so that I get this kind of look, and I specify here it's a nighttime scene with cinematic light. After that, I have mostly written the scene by hand and integrated the reference to all of the different images, in this case only 2 images, so the hero is femme and the monster is mons, so I'm referencing that in every single part of my prompt and lining out what I want to have for not only the camera movement but also for the action. So for example, here you can see low angle camera pointing upwards between 2 roofs, and then the female hero is jumping over the gap between the roofs. Or here we have a close-up of her boots landing on the roof, breaking the roof shingles. So this is a very important thing, that you describe what the camera is set to, which character is doing what, and the action described in an easy to understand way for the AI to pick up. Now, before we go to the next project, here's actually a little side quest I want to share with you. So here I have a Midjourney prompt for digital art, old man in a bed cared for by an android. This is Midjourney, but Midjourney is very beautiful, but also prone to some errors and lower detail in there. And the learning experience here is that you actually can go over to Grok and get the image adjusted and fixed for you. Now, Grok has its own mind. It does a lot of things on its own, but you can see it introduced actually more details and made it a brighter, clearer scene. I also said I want to have the old man holding a cup of tea in here. And then actually Grok is also pretty good at rendering video, even though it is very erratic and you have to describe really what exactly you want, and a lot of negative prompts also in there of what you don't want to have. For example, in here, no movement, no music, no sound. Often you have to say no talking because the characters love to talk. And you get, depending on the resolution and the length of the video, around 100 videos per day. This can actually be a nice source. Now let's look at an amazing project I've done for you today. Here is the clip.
Unidentified object.
Now the thing is, the clip is actually cut together from 4 different scenes, and at the end of the video I'm going to show you also the scenes I haven't used. This is more involved, and this is why I think this is very interesting for you. It uses actually 3 different platforms to generate that video. Again, we are starting out here with Midjourney to generate that beautiful character. Nothing is quite like Midjourney to generate these beautiful outfits and artful expression. Here is the Midjourney prompt you can use for that. Now, the next step I did is not to use Nano Banana. I wanted to see what I can get with Grok, and you can see that Grok actually did a really good job with a very simple prompt. Just turn this into a photo, remove the helmet, and we are done. Now here you have the next image also generated by Grok. Grok, by the way, has a lower resolution than Nano Banana, so the details might be a little bit lower, but for AI movie often it is good enough, and you can also render details in more close-up. So here also wanted to have a head sheet. Now here you can see it has of course a lot more detail because it's a close-up of the head. I had an image before where there was also some clothing here, so I said I want to have that with only the neck and the head, no clothing, no gear, no outfit, nothing in these rotations front, side and back, which is pretty amazing. Here you have also the view on how I use Grok for that. So you can see I'm uploading the image, and then right away, first try just with the simple prompt, I create this as a photo, and then I create that as my front view, side view, back view, and then also generate this as the head view. So all of that is super easy. First try, everything worked out. Grok is really good at that. By the way, at this point, I also need to point out that Grok is way less restricted. You can do not safe for work content, you can do gore content, a lot of different things can be created on Grok. So if you need to have certain scenes or certain things in your videos where you need to go further, Grok might be a good platform for you to do that. Now the sci-fi submarine again is generated by Midjourney as the first design, because again nothing has this kind of artistic expression as Midjourney. Here's the prompt you can use for that to get this. And actually again I have to point out this is a prompt generated after the fact, but it gets you very close to this kind of result. Now in this case I actually again used Nano Banana Pro for the creation because Grok didn't quite want to play with the details in here, the different views. It couldn't really do that. And then also Nano Banana Pro is really good at creating these very consistent cockpit views. So in this case I only wanted to have 3 different views and then a cockpit, because then I can get started from that starting point here without wasting too much time. So I asked it to use the cockpit view and generate more perspectives of that. So I specified, I want to have the dashboard, I want to have the seat, I want to have the steering wheel, and I want to have the side panels in there so that we have all of the elements. And you can see here for the seat view, we also see the back or the door in the background, which is very useful for us. As a last element, we also need the monster. In this case, I used Nano Banana Pro to create it. And then of course we need to have a front view, a side view, and a close-up. In this case I didn't need a backside view because it's an octopus. One more thing we need for that is where actually the scene is playing out. In this case it's inside of a vein, and we have all of these blood cells in there floating around. We need to give the AI an idea about that. Also want to show you real quick on how I do this on Runway. As you can see here, I'm using Seedance 2, 1080p, 15 seconds. Here I have all of my assets that I have dragged into here. You can click to rename that, and then you just write your prompt. You can reference everything with an @ See that I point out every single thing I use. So you can see here for the close-up of the man, I'm using the asset reference of the man, the asset reference of the head. We go down, I reference here, I want to have a wide angle view of the interior of the cockpit. So I reference that here with the man sitting in the cockpit chair. And then also outside of the cockpit of the glass front, I want to have our vane visible. So this is what we have here. And we go through each scene specifically written like that. Now I did render this multiple times to get different versions of that, because not every version is the same. And also Seedance 2 is not always sticking exactly to what you asked for in the prompt. But the good thing is if you render it 3 or 4 times, you have more scenes that you can cut together afterwards. And if you want to, you can actually also go over to Suno, and there you can not only generate the music you want to use, but you can also generate sound effects and voice samples.
Unknown object detected.
Here is the next clip, the next project I want to show you. Again, this project is a text prompt, and there again is some learning curve involved that might be very interesting for you. So first of all, there has to be a story from him being a casino winner to becoming a loser that is visually interesting and very obvious. But at the same time, you need to have elements that are easy to render with a low rate of error through the AI model. So at the start, I had here a room that is filled with money and gold coins and things like that. But of course, it wouldn't render the money on each of the different bills in the correct way. So I resorted to gold bars, and we have a jewelry store that he's falling through, very visually clear with these diamonds in the sky. Diamonds are way easier to render than complex jewelry. Next, we have a pool party here, which is slow motion scene. First, I had a hallway where a party is going on, but a pool is more open, and it is easier to create a scene that looks good with people partying at a pool. Next, we have the casino jetons and the poker cards and dice swirling around. This was easy because it's a often seen object, so the AI understands well what you want. And then we want to have a transition into a darker future for him. So we have people boxing and fighting over money. In the next scene, we have different emotional states he's going through, and then finally he's crashing onto the asphalt as a homeless guy in front of a dumpster, so that we have a very clear visual story to go through. This is already everything for today. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this, and see you soon. Bye.
Unidentified object. Unidentified object.